Hi guys, welcome to my channel and Happy New Year! As you probably saw in the title, today I'm bringing to you my 2020 resolutions for my channel. I've done videos like these for the last 2 New Years, and in the past it's been mostly like makeup related. Last year I did a few channel resolutions, most of which I didn't do very well with, so my first resolution is going to be to post these resolutions in my beauty space where I can see them and continue to be thoughtful about these things through the coming year. Again, I'm bringing these resolutions in regards to my channel. I don't make personal resolutions very often. I personally find that I set myself up for failure when I do it that way. I do like to make goals in my personal life, and I do think some of these resolutions are also going to be beneficial to my personal life. So let's go ahead and talk about these. The first one is to stay consistent with days to film and edit, which ultimately is going to lead to an overall better balance both in my YouTube life as well as my personal life. I find it really helpful to me, and I have been implementing this through the latter part of 2019, and I find that it's really helping me to wake up each and every day and know that on Mondays I'm going to film, on Tuesdays I'm going to edit, and so on and so forth. And I've always wanted to implement this, but I've never really been able to wrap my brain around it. And so that's where my girl Kelly came in. She kind of gave me some feedback on what she does in terms of days that she films are days that she uploads, or so on and so forth. And so this has really helped me out. I have it all written out in my handy dandy planner, which I always use and can't live without. So I want to continue to do that for 2020, and I think it just helps me when I know what I'm doing for YouTube for the day. I also know what I'm going to do in terms of household chores, a menu, and things like that. So everything can kind of balance out together and things actually get done. Number 2 is staying consistent with my series content. And this kind of feeds into other resolutions that I'll talk about momentarily, but the only exception to this would be if a series is like completely not well received or what have you. I love to do series on my channel, multiple videos that fall into similar categories and things like this. However, I don't feel like I've been the most consistent about that in the past, and I actually think that not being consistent in this way in the last 2 years is something that may have hurt my channel a little bit. I personally know that if I find a series from a particular YouTuber and then the person no longer does that series, it can be a bit of a bummer. So I do want to be more consistent in that way, be more thoughtful about the videos that I create a series around and things like that. And hopefully that will make you guys a lot happier as well as myself for the coming year. Number 3, I want to focus on more affordable and drugstore releases and work on finding affordable replacements for products that I use up more quickly. For example, concealers I go through very quickly, brow products, mascara, powder, the things that we tend to just go right through. I find I would really like to focus on drugstore and affordable products in those categories. And I have done this a lot through the year of 2019. I tried a lot of drugstore concealers, I tried some more drugstore foundations, and it's also something that I've been doing within my skincare routine when it comes to cleansers and moisturizers and things like that, that I'm either washing down the drain or using to seal in the products which have active ingredients in them. I have been trying to find more affordable options. I want to curate my skincare routine more and eliminate any unnecessary steps. I don't know. I guess this one's a little bit hard to explain, but I do want to have a more drugstore and affordable focus for the year of 2020, and that's going to kind of roll into another resolution. And that resolution is to stick hard to my $50 a month makeup budget. This doesn't include skincare and things like that. This is just makeup, and I don't even want to spend the entire amount every month. I just want to limit my consumption this year of makeup and my purchases. I failed miserably at my no buy this year. I did go about 7 months without purchasing any makeup for myself, and let me know if you guys would be interested in a video about why I think I failed my no buy. But I just need to stop buying so much makeup. It's coming to the point where I'm going to have an intervention with myself. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I think at this point I feel really out of control when it comes to shopping for makeup. I think I've found a good balance in the rest of the shopping parts of my life when it comes to, homewares and, things like that. But I will think to myself, and I'll even say to friends, I really need to stop buying so much makeup. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I feel like I can't concentrate or use anything up or what have you because I'm continuing to buy so much makeup. I know this is a cry that a lot of us have made this year, and I really need to get on top of that, and I want to get on top of that. And I am hoping that this year that $50 budget will really stick. I just need to not let myself step outside of that $50 budget. That being said, I do want to try more K and J beauty this year, specifically makeup, but I'm not opposed to trying new skincare either. This is just something that has really piqued my interest in the year of 2019, and also they tend to be quite a bit more affordable, and I also think that there's not a ton of information out here in the BeauTube world on K and J beauty. I mean, there's some, but I think there could be a lot more. And I think a lot more of us would be inclined to purchase these type of products if there was more information out there. So it's definitely something I want to look into this year within the confines of my $50 budget. That being said, I am going to limit myself to 6 eyeshadow palettes this year. That's one every other month. I thought about, enabling myself to buy one a month if I wanted to, providing it's within the confines of my $50 budget, which will roll over if I don't use it. So if there's a palette that's more than $50 that I think I want, I'm gonna have to save up or not use some of my budget in order to purchase that particular palette. But 12 seemed like just too many given what I have in my collection already, especially given how many new products came into my life by way of gifts and purchases in the months of November and December of 2019. So I feel like 6 is going to be a good balance, and it's going to help me achieve the next resolution, which is to become a more conscious consumer. And by this I mean I want to read reviews whenever possible, and also I want to wait before jumping on new releases. But I have a tendency to want to jump on those new releases, and I feel inspired by them. I talked a little bit about this with the Tati Beauty palette in my New Year's Eve Get Ready With Me, and that is sometimes I get palettes or I order a palette because it inspires me when I see it in other people's videos and reviews, and then by the time the palette gets to me or I get around to doing my review on the palette, I'm feeling less inspired and sometimes more regretful. And I think the solution to that is not to jump on new releases. Also, again, something that is very key, I think, to becoming a conscious consumer is that I need to look at my own collection for dupes or similar products that might eliminate the desire for something new. And I think all of these resolutions and goals, you know, are kind of all going to support one another. Only buying 6 eyeshadow palettes, my $50 beauty budget, as well as, you know, being a more conscious consumer. I think all of these things are going to work together to help me reach my goals and my resolutions for the year for this channel. The next thing I wrote down is something that is definitely controversial within the BeauTube community, and that is I would like to really work on curating my collection this year by way of seasonal declutters. So 4 times during this year of 2020, I would like to work on curating my collection, and by that I want to really get in depth. I want to sit down and swatch all of my blush and see where I have duplicates and decide which formulas or products that I like better and let go of things that just don't need to be here. I don't think there's anything wrong with decluttering products that aren't working for me, that are duplicates in my collection that I could then pass on to someone else. If they're not working for me or they're duplicates or what have you in my collection, they're not getting used. So me hanging on to them for however much longer before passing them on to somebody who may want or need a product like that just seems silly to me. And also, you know, I think being a more conscious consumer is going to help me to declutter less and less by not buying things that I don't need or that are duplicated within my somewhat large collection. The next one is to continue to learn and grow in terms of the quality of my content. When I was watching back my resolution video from 2019, from the beginning of 2019, I can see that my quality of content, my overall persona here on YouTube has changed and I think improved a lot in the last year, and I really want to continue on with that this year. Last but not least, I really want to stay true to myself and the kind of content that I upload. 2019 was very much a journey for me, and this is my journey in beauty. But I think the journey that I had in 2019 was finding my niche here on YouTube. Yes, I am a part of the beauty community, but I want to bring something unique to that community. Georgia Harris once said, in order to be successful here on YouTube, you either need to be extremely controversial or extremely unique. I, by nature, will never be controversial, but I do want to be unique and I do want to bring you guys unique content. I think I fell into a cycle of creating the content in 2019 that I thought my subscribers would want to see, that other creators were creating content that I thought I should include on my channel and things like that. Turns out, project panning, not my thing. I do like using up makeup and I still unofficially pan things within my collection. I just don't make videos about it anymore. And that's one thing that has to go. That's where it comes into the consistency of the series that I produce on my channel. I started with a no-buy, I ended that. I did a pan that palette in 2019 and then I ended that. I was a panner almost all of 2019 and then I said goodbye to project panning, and it's because those things aren't me. I love my products, but the thing that I really love is sitting down every day at my vanity and whether I'm filming or not, using the things that I love, use the things that I want to use that day, whether they're new, old, or in between. And project panning just prevents me from doing that, and it just isn't me. And I hope this year through the series called The Art of Makeup, Color Made Easy, that you guys will really get to know me and who I am and what I have to offer in the YouTube beauty community. So those are my resolutions for this year. If you're a creator, what are your resolutions for your channel this year? And if you're not a creator, do you make resolutions? And if you would like to share one, I would love to hear that in the comments below. I think resolutions can definitely be a driving force for change, but they aren't the things that are going to cause success. Making a resolution is not going to cause success. Really pushing yourself, really digging deep within yourself is what's going to cause you to be successful, keeping your goals at the forefront of your mind, revisiting those goals throughout the year, whether you need an accountability partner in a friend, a spouse, or someone else, that can be really helpful in being successful as well. And with all of that said, Happy New Year. Thank you so much to all of you who came into 2020 with me by way of subscribing and watching my videos. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I truly mean that. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. And I will see you in my next video real soon.